given the vertex, range, and x-intercept of the quadratic functions defined by f of x equal to x to the power of 2 minus 4x minus 5. Can somebody tell me what would be the shape of this graph? By the way, f of x is kind of like the same as saying y is equal to x squared minus 4x minus 5. Can somebody tell me what would be the shape of this? Somebody type parabola. Very good. That's a parabola. So, can somebody tell me how to find the vertex if the equation of the parabola is given to me in this format? It's given to me as y is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. Can somebody tell me what is the formula for the x position of the vertex? Anybody remember that? Okay, if you don't, please make a note of this. You need to know that. That would be minus b over 2a. Please write this down somewhere. So this is a very important formula you need to know. So in this case, what is a? What is a in this case, anyone?
I'm sorry, can I see the formula again?
Sure. The formula for the vertex, you mean?
Yes.
The formula for the vertex is right here. V of x equal to minus b over 2a. Write this down somewhere, everyone. So in this case, can somebody tell me what is a? A is the coefficient of x squared, right? What is a?
1.
Just plus 1, right? Somebody put negative 1. It's plus 1. What is b?
4.
Negative 4, right? You have to watch out with the
Negative
sign.
4.
What is c? Somebody type negative 5. You're correct. Okay. So if I substitute these into this formula, can somebody tell me what is v of x would be then? Would be minus b over 2a. So at the top of the fraction, I get minus minus 4 over 2 times 1, right? So which is equal to 4 over 2. So what is v of x? 2, right?
2.
So, yeah. So I can go ahead and look at this as a chart like this. So if x equal to 2, what is y? You just plug it back into this formula here, right? If x equal to 2, what is y? Somebody?
Negative 9.
Negative 9, very good. So it would be negative, if I substitute 2 for each x, I get 2 squared minus 4 times 2, right? Minus 5, and then you get negative 9, absolutely. So I find a point, actually. This is my vertex. My vertex is that point, 2 and minus, on which I can actually locate that on graph. This would be the lowest or highest point of my graph. Can somebody tell me whether this is the lowest or highest point? In other words, is this parabola opens upward or downward? And why? Okay, just by looking at, somebody says upward. Why upward? Why not downward? Looking at that formula, it says upward. Why? Why not downward? What establishes the upward or downward for a parabola? The coefficient of A. So if A is positive, in this case A is positive, right? It means the parabola opens upward. A is 1. If A is negative, the parabola opens downward. So we know this parabola opens upward. So this would be the lowest point of the parabola. Okay. So now we can find the X-intercept. Can somebody tell me what would be the first step to find the X-intercept? You let what be equal to 0?
Equals 0.
You let y equal to 0 and solve for x. And if I do that here, if I let y equal to 0, so how do you solve this? X squared minus 4x minus 5. What do we have to do? You need to factor this, right? How do you factor this?
X plus 1 and x minus 5.
Yes. Then you can solve for x. You get x equal to minus 1 or x equal to 5. So as you see here, I get 2 points. When y is equal to 0, we found x equal to minus 1, so that's 1 point. That's where your parabola going to intercept the x-axis. And also, when y is equal to 0, x equal to 5. So we have these points of intersection. Now we also have the vertex here. So if I look at the parabola, we can actually have a rough graph of the parabola. I can actually find the y-intercept too. What would be y-intercept, anyone? Can somebody tell me what is y-intercept? Y-intercept would be when x is equal to 0, right? So if x equal to 0, let's find out, add this here. If x equal to 0, what is y? That should be easy one to calculate, right? We already have it here. I already have it.
Negative 5.
Negative 5 here. Okay, so let's locate all these points. I have the y-intercept. This is the y-intercept. This is where your parabola intercept y-axis. This is my x-intercept. This is my x-intercept. And this is the vertex. And the parabola opens upward. Okay, so we found the vertex, 2 and minus 9. And don't forget this formula. We need this to find the x position of the vertex. We found the x-intercept. We actually find the y-intercept. They didn't ask us. They're also asking the range. What would be a range, anyone? The range would be for the value of y, right? So can somebody tell me the range would be? The range would be, if you look at this graph here, would be all the numbers from -9 up. That would be your range. So the range would be all the numbers between -9 and infinity. Can somebody tell me what is the domain here? Domain would be for value of x. Domain would be what? Domain would be the value of x such that domain would be all real numbers, actually. All real numbers. So there's no restriction here. This parabola is going to get wider and wider from this side here, wider and wider from this side here, and pretty much cover all the points. So if I have x equal to any number I want here, to the right or left of 0, I get the corresponding number for y eventually somewhere up here. So, but I never can get anything below -9 because my graph, it starts from this point here. So my range would be all the number from -9 all the way to the infinity, but the domain could be any numbers here. So this is how you find the vertex, x and y-intercept, and the range and domain for this. There's one other point here we can find here about the parabola is a line of symmetry. Anybody know what's a line of symmetry here? That would be a line that passes through the vertex and divide this parabola into half. So this would be the line of symmetry. Can somebody tell me what the equation of this line of symmetry would be? Anyone? This would be the vertical line that passes through point 2, right? Passes through point 2.
X equals 2.
X equals to 2, very good. So that is the line of symmetry. If somebody asks you what the line of symmetry is, it would be X equal to 2.